didn't say hello?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? Looking for the dog toy, making sure it's nowhere to be found.
I don't think it is. She's not. She's looking for it. So.
Daisy. Go, Daisy. You may have noticed there's a tree in my living room. It goes way up. It's like a foot from the ceiling. You can't even see it all the way up.
And we have pretty high ceilings, so this thing's...
So Stuart Postema, Lake Effect Property Services, he wanted to get his sign in. I said, all right. I believe you'll be paying me. He said, okay. I said, I need a tree too. So he bought me a tree.
This is awesome.
Except it's not an inside tree. This is an apple tree.
I was going to say.
It's an apple tree.
Where are we going to put it?
This is a golden apple tree.
Oh, I like apples. But where are we going to put it?
I don't know.
Wait, does it need lots of sun, a little bit of sun? What?
I don't know. It's an apple tree.
I
guess it needs all sun. So
maybe we can give it to our friend Gunner.
I think it's crab apples, though. I think he said it's a crab apple tree, which seemed pretty useless to me. Crab apples. What's the point of those things?
Make a mess in our yard and let the frickin' squirrels and stuff come and take them.
That's hot. Burnt my tongue. Yeah, so, okay. There you go. Very nice. There's a freaking tree in the yard, in the house. So, I don't know if can you see what, uh-oh, the toy's under there. That's what the problem is.
No, it's not. You scared her with the sign. I think. Hang on.
No, it's under there.
Oh, gosh. Hide it.
No, go away.
Hide it up there.
Go away. Go do something dog related. Can you see the bag in the shot?
Yeah.
Okay. I had it, you know how it's like wrapped around the base of the tree, the little tree trunk? This was not without incident. That's on there because that's like, got holes in the bottom of it, so the dirt doesn't fly out of it.
Right.
Well, it wasn't like that. It wrapped around it. It was just open, the bag, and it just kind of like folded there. Well, these freaking cats have never seen a tree, and they've never seen dirt, at least not in their adult life. I come walking downstairs, one cat's watching the other cat. The other cat is in there. He's dug a hole and he's taken a dump right in there.
Serious?
Absolutely. He took a dump right in there, I swear to God. He was so excited to have...
Which one? Milo?
The one with the claws.
That has claws or the extra toe?
Lincoln.
Lincoln was taking a dump.
He was digging in there and then he took a dump. And there was dirt everywhere. You'll still see some dirt. Look, there's still dirt everywhere.
That's why we're getting rid of this carpet and getting my floor, like Father Ron suggested.
We need a carpet sponsor.
No, we need a flooring sponsor.
Flooring sponsor. So yeah, thanks. Look at that friggin' beautiful tree. That is awesome. Oh my God, I forgot my notes. Pardon me. We got so much to talk about today. By the way, yesterday, lock wallet's the real deal. Lock wallet works. I'm getting a lock wallet so I don't get my stuff stolen.
Is it real?
Yeah, it's legit.
Some people told you really?
Lock wallet is legit.
Can you give me one too?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like a pink one.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
No, pink is really not my color.
Okay, we got to talk about the logo. Thanks to everybody with the nice words on the logo. The nerds came up with that. Thank you to the nerds. Yes, tons of merchandise being printed as we speak. We're going to keep it here, and we have to ship it out, you and I.
I can't wait.
So we're going to ship out our shirts.
We should bring the bros in for a show.
The bros?
My friends at work.
Oh, you're at Boy Toys?
They could help.
Oh, not to be on camera. That instant firing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they could be on it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about you bringing your men over. Probably not a good idea to bring your young men over. There's been a lot of people thinking that I've been hinting at a job. I haven't really. I just said I had a logo, and then people are like kind of jumping to conclusions. And then I bought a bunch of podcast gear. I bought like, they've got they're coming packages now with the board, cheap old board, a couple of mics, headphones, stands, stuff like that. And I bought some lighting. I bought a really nice camera by this company. It's not even ready to be shipped yet. Their first shipping is in May. It's a really nice
so then
camera.
You do have a job.
I
the
do.
Eric Zane Show in-house radio.
Yeah, I have that. But as of right now, I don't have anything yet.
That's what we can call it.
But I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know when I'm close. How's that sound?
I can't wait to broadcast out of the mobile home. I mean, not the mobile home, the RV.
We can. That camera can go live.
I know what we can do. Let's have a Eric Zane Show tailgate party.
At like like a local deal, like at Grand Valley or
No, it doesn't
Central?
have to be an actual tailgate for anything. Let's just have it like in our neighborhood.
No, I don't think the neighbors would like
We'll
that.
just park the RV like out in the middle of our
Oh
cul-de-sac.
yeah, you'd be a mess. You'd be throwing up by 9 a.m.
I think we should. Or we can just go to Baldwin Oaks here.
Okay. That lady hates me. Okay, first thing we got to talk about. Free Beer and Outwing Show is hiring. This is, they put an ad, they're looking for a producer. So let's say you're representative of the audience, what does that mean to you? What do you think when you hear that? And then I'll tell you my thoughts.
That they're hiring a producer?
Yeah.
I think that means that Joe got a promotion and they need another producer.
So he's like slid into my role, my position. He's a host.
Yeah, he's a host. I'm not going to say he took your position because you're irreplaceable. But, and I'm not just saying it, but he's evidently has taken the third man's spot.
So everybody kind of moves up the depth chart. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna. I caught it.
You got
You saw me catch it.
Holy cow.
That would have been amazing. It was amazing. Coffee.
How did you manage that?
How did I manage to
And how
catch
did you
it?
manage not to spill the coffee onto your computer?
I know it. What a freaking thing, man. I am so lucky. Oh, please tell me it still works. Where were we?
We were talking about this new job posting.
Okay. So yeah, they'll bring in someone new, and that means 5. We're back to 5. But Joe would relinquish some of the things he does, and someone else would. I wonder if I'm trying to figure out how they would do it. I mean, Joe would probably still sit where he is, where that person would be. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I'm actually
I think
very
I might
happy for
apply.
him. Huh?
I think I'm going to apply.
That's what I said. I should apply. Get that job. I've always thought Joe needed to be. I mean, he was a producer in name only, in my opinion. I think he brought so much. Joe's a content driver, and in my opinion, and oh man, some of the hardest things I've ever laughed at in my life have been involved around him. There's a lot of blowback though, big time, from my initial post when I posted it, and I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that. So I don't know.
Guys,
People.
I'm going to keep mum on that.
Yeah, people are still pissed. They're
Yeah,
still
you know,
freaking
I
pissed.
I can't blame them. I'm not going to tell them not to be pissed. And I think it is what it is. But I mean, obviously that is the next step for them. I mean, that makes the most sense if they're going to continue the show, is to put Joe in that role.
Well, I know, but there's something definitive when you bring in another body, though. Then it becomes really concrete, as opposed to a subtle, just assumption.
Right.
I guess. But I don't know. I mean, I can't even. I mean, putting myself in their shoes, that is a tough spot to be in. And they're getting a lot of heat off of that deal. Very difficult position to be in. Okay, before all hell broke loose a second ago. My God. Oh, man. I talked to my dad today. Hopefully you got a chance to see that video. It's always a treat.
Did he call you meathead?
He calls me honey a lot.
Okay.
People notice that. Hey, I love you, honey. I love you, honey. I'll be 46 in July. I'm known as Honey. NCAA tournament. You may have seen Madison and I making her picks last night just before bedtime.
Who'd she pick?
Her Villanova, which actually is a pretty.
Is that a Cinderella team?
Not exactly. No, they've been strong all year. I think that was they were a 2 coming in,
okay.
but the other ones were like 8s and 9s and things like that she picked. She did pick Hampton over number 1 seeded Virginia.
Wow. What number is Hampton?
16 seeded. I don't think that would have been like the biggest. It'd be like the biggest upset ever in the history of the tournament.
That's happened before. What was that team that always wasn't?
I don't know if that has happened before. Has it?
Well, I don't know if it was a number 16 seed against a number 1 seed, but remember a couple of years ago that
Butler?
one? No.
George
no,
Mason?
a few years ago. It was a Cinderella team that came back like 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 years in a row.
Well, Butler made it to the final game like 2 years in a row, I thought.
I can't think of the name of the team.
I thought they did. Maybe
they did.
I don't know
I
either.
think so.
I'm pretty bad at this stuff. You know.
I'm banking on Michigan State to win it all. And I'm not necessarily a Michigan State fan, you know that, because...
Well, they got that player, Denzel Washington.
Yeah, that's his name. Or Valentine. One of the two.
There was something that went on today that may have been one of the biggest ass skewerings I have ever seen in my life. I gotta look up the chick's name. The chick who looks like a dude who's in charge of the EPA.
Craddy or something. Grady.
What?
That's her name.
From the Flint water hearing?
Yeah, the chick that looks like you.
Yeah. Governor of Michigan, Rick Snyder, was on the hot seat in front of Congress regarding Flint water. And I don't think I've ever seen, I'm sure it's been that way before, you know, but along with the lady in charge of the EPA, Gina McCarthy. Congress just beat the hell out of these two for like 3.5 hours. Oh my gosh, just brutal. Saying basically the same stuff that everyone else in the world has said since this all started. So there's really no reason to get into it, but they were all demanding resignations and things like that. What stood out to me, so I won't bore you with the beat-up session because we've all done that on this in one degree or another about the Flint water thing. Snyder is really trying to fix it to save his ass, and it's a little embarrassing. McCarthy just seems like she hasn't lifted one finger in terms of accountability.
Who is she again?
She's in charge of the Environmental Protection Agency.
Okay.
And all these people knew about this well in advance, and now they're lying and saying things like I can't recall and you know, redacted statements on emails. It's the worst. And Snyder's trying to fix it, so he sounds like he's doing a political campaign when he's up there talking about the things he's done to turn it back. But there's really hasn't been too much accountability with yes, I did this, no, I didn't do it. And a lot of things that could have been answered yes or no, which they're not apparently capable of answering, McCarthy and Snyder. These two are guilty as hell and should be criminally investigated over this. It is just the worst. And hearing it in these pointed remarks from these political people is it really puts it into or puts a fine point on it. So there's that, and then there's the element of I can see the political leanings of people because I mean I don't know much about politics and I don't know much about anything, but I do know BS when I see it, and it seems to me like some of these people who are Republican maybe taking it easy on Snyder and going after EPA lady, and then vice versa. To me, they're both criminal. And when I see one getting attacked but not the other, and it seems like they were letting, like depending on who was speaking. They would let like maybe take it easy on Snyder and then go after her, or vice versa. Really strange to see that dynamic. And frankly, the way it seems to me how it's going to go is this is all a dog and pony show, and it's all bullshit. Snyder says he is going to do some things to try to turn it around, but I mean, I don't know how you can turn it around for a loved one whose family member is dead from Legionnaire's disease, or whose child has a lifelong uphill battle with learning disabilities and cognitive problems because of a massive dose of lead into their system. So this disgusts me on many levels, and I don't think a damn thing will happen to anybody involved up and down the line. Somehow, I don't know how they'll escape this. And yeah, and it all boils down to Flint is a poor black town, and that's why nothing was happened at an appropriate pace. It was all covered up in a criminal fashion, in my opinion. This is one of the biggest travesties ever. Sickening.
He still is in office. That's what makes me mad.
They were demanding his resignation today. Demanding it. Now my only hope is that these sound bites hit and then more and more people start calling for him to resign. I voted for that guy. I loved him coming in. But there is no way in hell over my dead body. I'm so pissed about this, I would go and protest. And I don't ever do that. Right. Ever. This is the worst. Quick pause in the action. Talk about Stuart again, who's spending the big bucks to bring me this tree. He wants me to push retaining walls. He says he does the best job at repairing, creating, designing retaining walls at Lake Effect Property Services. That's them. Pause. That's how you get them. He wants to talk about this too at some point. He went the extra mile on this sign. Good for you, Stuart. The big Dutch lawn giant spared no expense on that sign. He'll build you a retaining wall and do a great job at it. Call him up today on that number or check out his website. Anything covered up there?
No.
And you'll be good to go. He's helping a charity as well. That is Stuart Postema at Lake Effect Property Services. And they'll do an amazing job for you. Landscaping, yard care, retaining walls, irrigation. If you got big flood in your backyard every time it rains, call him. Have you heard about baseball player Adam, I think it's LaRoche, or LaRoche? I think it's LaRoche.
What does he play for? Is it in the MLB?
Baseball player, yep, for the Chicago White Sox.
I don't think I've heard of him.
This story is ridiculous. For forever, everywhere he's gone, every team he's played on, his kid always tags along with him to work. So he shows up in the locker room. There's his kid with him. Everywhere. All the time. And for spring training, it's another year with the LaRoche kid. And he's 14 now. And the players have gotten annoyed over the years because they're like, this is our sanctuary for baseball men.
Right.
And they don't like not being able to let it loose, swear a little, maybe talk about the night before or whatever that you would talk with an adult.
Right.
I have a hard time not seeing that point. That seems like a great point,
yeah,
right?
That's a valid point.
There are times you don't want children around, right?
Exactly. I mean, there's times where we've sent Maddie away even doing this podcast or other things because we didn't want her to hear certain things or certain verbiage or whatever.
So the players started to complain more openly to management. And then it came to a head that they had a spring training game just the other day. And they said they're not going to take the field unless something happens with this, some action by the team to prevent this from happening.
Yeah.
Because nobody would listen. And the players are like, what the fuck, man? We don't want this kid around here anymore.
So have they tried to approach LaRoche himself and say, dude, you can't bring
I can only imagine.
can't bring your kid, you know, maybe
The
once
story I read wasn't clear.
maybe every once in a while, but every freaking
So they're going to
day?
strike for this game.
Oh my God.
And I think it's Robin Ventura is the coach, the manager of the White Sox. He convinced the players to go back out. Then an edict came down from the team saying, we've made a change in the rules. We don't want, actually there was this part of the story was they did try to talk to him. I remember it now. They said, you know, we need this to happen less. Occasionally is one thing, but you bring him 100% of the time. We can't even have it at 50% of the time. It needs to be between 0 and 50% of the time.
Right.
Okay.
Why isn't this kid in school?
No idea. Maybe he's homeschooled. Who knows? I just realized that dog is snoring very loudly.
Can everybody hear that? Well, she's bored now because she can't have her toy.
They're going to be so pissed. She's going to wake her up. See, we don't notice it.
I know.
It's
We're
gonna
so used to
frickin'.
it.
There are gonna be so many pissed off comments. I'm not waking her up. There's no way in hell she'll bite me. Where was
Anyway,
I? So, yeah, sorry, you're just gonna live with it, man. It's my house. I'm not gonna wake up the dog because it's bugging you. Oh. I can't believe I almost knocked that sign over. And then how did I catch it? Because I had to have hit it with this and then caught it.
I guess so. Yeah. It happened so quickly. I don't even know.
I'll have to watch back on it, but if with
You
one
were
arm.
holding the book, not your coffee. You were holding your notebook.
Oh, this was already down?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you didn't knock over the coffee too, but with the sign. But anyway, this is the LaRoche guy. So they approached him, and he must have said screw off or what?
Well, then the team did a note, a memo, new rule. Sorry, this is the way it's going to be. LaRoche retired.
What?
He quit. He quit the team. He dropped out of baseball because of this.
Because he can't bring his kid to the ball park.
$13 million he's giving up.
What? How old is he?
I don't know. This is not a super great player.
Yeah.
But you know, baseball pays very well, so he retired. Can you believe that?
That's insane.
What a freaking baby! People over here, people fighting for their lives, for their jobs, and this guy retires because he can't bring his kid to work. It is unacceptable to me. One more quick thing to forget. Tomorrow I'll be passing out Tootsie Rolls for the Knights of Columbus's MI Drive, helping people who are intellectually disabled. You tell them where it's at, please, while I log into this.
At the Family Fair on the corner of Port Sheldon and 28th in Hudsonville, Michigan.
I'll be wearing a yellow smock. Come on up, give me all your money. I'm going to throw some Tootsie Rolls right in your face. One quick note, TC Paintball. Schedule a paintball party. tcpaintball.com. Call up Rick and schedule that. Home for sale, Joseph Reed, 616-299-9602, powered by Remax. And of course, get yourself an ice cold Labatt Blue Light. That sign works. What'd I do? What? What's so funny? What?
Nothing.
My impression?
I like that voice, that accent.
That's Billy. That's Bill Simonson's voice. Get yourself a Labatt Blue Light.
You know, there's 2 different phone numbers on there.
No. Yeah, there is. This is the one. This is like to talk to this guy named Remax. As well, Saturday, 5:30 to 11, St. Peter and Paul School Gym. I posted on the Facebook page. See you there for Skylar's fight benefit.
We get to eat gumpki.
Gumpki, exactly.